It's about to be 2025. Tesla is releasing their Optimus robots. Your car is going to drive itself, park itself, and your girl is most likely going to get stolen by a robot, not the guy next to you. The future is bright, but also scary, and it's undeniable that the biggest innovation of our time right now is artificial intelligence. And the topic of this video is how to invest in artificial intelligence in the cryptocurrency space to build wealth and to get ahead of the markets. Now, in the mainstream stock world, you have the microchip maker NVIDIA, the standout rockstar stock of the last 2 years, riding the wave of AI becoming a reality and capitalizing on the fact that microchip processing is truly the oil of the next generation of AI. But as we come into 2025, a year set to be a transformative bull run in cryptocurrency, the question before us is how can we invest in artificial intelligence in cryptocurrency to build wealth and potentially take advantage of a once-in-a-lifetime bull run opportunity? You see, with AI cryptocurrencies, you have the combination of two mega trends. The first is the unleashing of AI, which if you see the advancements in AI image generation and especially AI video generation, the change from 2022 to 2024 is astronomical. We will never in our lifetimes be able to say, hey, we witnessed the beginning of truly commercially viable AI. That only happens once in a lifetime. On the other side of the coin, no pun intended, we have cryptocurrency. And while the crypto markets had their first bull run back in 2011 and 12, the reality is that they're just, for the first time ever, getting the first crypto-friendly government in power. You can think of this in many ways with the first crypto-friendly president and the first crypto-friendly Senate as the first real crypto cycle where capital from the United States and the mainstream market investors is truly being unlocked. And both of these things are coming together to form a nuclear reactor of a bull run in 2025. So the topic of this video is going to be, one, understanding the different types of AI cryptocurrencies, how they function, what they do, but also breaking down some of my highest conviction bets in the AI cryptocurrency sector for 2025. If you guys are excited for this, you know what to do. Destroy that like button. If you're not already subscribed, my name's EllioTrades. I've been making crypto content here on YouTube for 7 years. I've invested in over 400 projects and founded protocols in the space worth over $1 billion. I absolutely love this industry and truly enjoy helping others get ahead and take advantage of the insane opportunity that is cryptocurrency in what I believe is still its infancy. Before we get into this, I want to be very clear. I'm not perfect and I will get things wrong. So I highly encourage you to use this video as a starting out place, as a guide potentially, where you take the ideas and you apply them to find your own coins in the space. Just because I cover coins in the space does not mean that they will go up. In fact, cryptocurrency is the most risky place to invest in the whole world. That's why it's possible to turn your pocket lint into a pot of gold in cryptocurrency, because the opposite is true as well. You could turn a pot of gold into pocket lint just as fast. You cannot have the reward without the risk, and I highly encourage you to do your own research, because inevitably I will get things wrong, but I'm not going to be there to bail you out. So you need to take responsibility if you do buy coins on this list, or if you do buy coins in crypto in general, because it's extremely risky. I highly encourage you as well, if you have not watched my introductory videos. I've put out hours of content over the last few months, such as the 96% will lose, the ultimate guide to the bull run Bible, my complete exit strategy. All of those videos help you get pragmatic and practical lessons that you can apply when building your own altcoin portfolio. And I don't have time to go over them all today. So please watch those videos if you're just jumping in here, whilst you won't be adequately prepared to actually process the information in this video. Any coin on this list could go to absolute zero. You could lose all your money, and you need to be prepared for that risk. And the reason why we take such crazy risks is because we could potentially make 2, 3, 5, even 10x or higher gains in crypto. But again, it's a double-edged sword. Now, of course, I've probably lost some of you with that risk warning, and some of you are probably even more excited. But regardless of where you sit on the risk spectrum, it's important that you know and you come into this eyes wide open. This is not a guaranteed get-rich-quick scheme. This is about understanding the attention flow coming into cryptocurrency and where it could land in one of the hottest sectors, the AI sector. Now, with that said, I also consult with many projects in the industry, several of which are on this list of coins, meaning that I directly work with the founders and teams and also earn bonus coins that way. And I also have bought in with size on every coin on this list. The reason why I'm sharing this list with you is because I like these coins. I think that they're going to go up, and I'm willing to take on astronomical risk in the crypto markets because I believe that having good AI coins will lead to insane outcomes in 2025. And this is not new. I've been saying this since 2023, over a year ago, when I first formulated my thesis for this bull run. You can go back and check my videos for years. I have not sold any positions in over a year as I've been building out this portfolio, and I will begin to exit these positions at some point in Q1 2025. So please understand, I'm not just buying them now, but I'm planning an exit plan where I will sell these coins in 2025. So now that you know the ups and downs, the risk, the reward, my own biases, my own limitations, hopefully this list of coins helps you better navigate the insanity that will be AI cryptos in 2025. First and foremost, let me break down a few categories of coins in AI. You'll have AI blockchains. These are blockchains that are dedicated to allowing people to run AI programs, to share compute power, or to run AI agents. They're essentially entire ecosystems that empower AI to take place. The second and one of the most popular types of AI coins is something called DePIN, or decentralized physical infrastructure. Those coins take things like data centers where there's all these computers creating computer power and allow those to be decentralized and shared amongst a network of participants. The DePIN projects really were part of this main kickoff for AI season back in 2023. And in many ways, the DePIN projects connect most closely to what NVIDIA is, which is essentially the creator of these processing chips. The DePIN projects take those processing chips, put them into data centers, and allow people to access them. I believe that the people who want to invest in the next NVIDIAs will want to be finding the most promising DePIN networks. Next, we have AI agents. Now, I believe AI agents are actually the most important part of the AI revolution. And that's because in crypto in specific, there is such a problem with user experience. User experience is completely broken. But can you imagine, instead of having to teach grandma about private keys and strings and security and hardware wallets, she could just talk to an AI in casual, natural language and say, hey, my son told me to buy blank coin. Can you buy some of it? And then it automatically sets up a recurring buy or a DCA. It manages the entry and exit of positions and security. Those are the things that I think are the real breakthroughs, which is the user experience will be completely abstracted away through AI agents. And that's not here today, but the future of that, to me, is extremely bright and things that you should be paying attention to. And finally, we have AI memes. These are actual coins tied to AI generated accounts where the AIs are tweeting, creating music, creating films, actually doing what I'm doing and creating alpha or sharing observations on the market. There's all kinds of stuff going on here, and it combines the craziness going on with meme coins with the excitement of AI and AI technology. We'll be going over all these sectors one by one, and I'll do a little refresher before each sector so you can understand why I'm excited about each sector. With that said, if you guys are excited, smash up that like button and let's dive in. Now, as mentioned, Bitcoin here is trading over $100,000, which is honestly insane to even think about and a world that we should be dreaming of. But in my opinion, Bitcoin isn't done. It's got another big move left in it, and I see it making its way at least to 120, if not much higher, at some point in Q1. And then after Bitcoin's show kind of runs out of steam, liquidity is going to rotate into the hot narratives that are further out down the risk curve. And there is no hotter narrative than AI technology, which is why being positioned in AI technology coins or AI related coins before this happens, which I believe will happen at some point in Q1 of 2025, is effectively an easy way to front run attention and liquidity that will flow into crypto. That's my thesis. It might not play out, but I believe that it has a high likelihood of playing out. And I hold a very, very shocking amount of AI coins. My financial advisor would not be happy with me if he knew how much I was holding, but I'm very bullish on this particular thing playing out. Now, going to the list of AI coins, which you can easily go to here on CoinMarketCap, you can see here there's an AI tab. You can go ahead and click on it. It organizes the coins from biggest to smallest. Really, the way you should be evaluating coins is by how big they are and how much of your portfolio you're willing to risk, with lower market cap coins typically representing higher risk opportunities and bigger market cap coins typically representing lower risk opportunities with less potential reward. For example, let's start with Near Protocol. Now, this is the AI blockchain. They've completely branded their project around AI. This is the blockchain for AI. And one of the things I actually love, if you're confused, is to hop into the new Grok, and this is the Twitter AI, and you can just ask it to summarize different things about projects. And I asked it to summarize simply why Near is great for AI. And they say it's due to its focus on user-owned AI with individuals controlling their own data and governance, supporting scalability, which could manage trillions of AI agents, and introduces concepts like blind compute and storage. Again, this actually brings me to a key point before I go in further about Near. And of course about Grok, which is Twitter's AI or XAI, which is a fantastic tool because most of the knowledge about crypto is on Twitter or X. And you can ask the XAI to summarize information if you want to shortcut your research. It's not great for deep research, but for high level stuff, it's fantastic. I highly recommend it, especially for stuff like this where you just want a high level understanding. What I want to say is this. I forgot to say this, but this is one of the most important things I'm going to say. The AI bet, the AI play that we're making is a short-term one. I cannot tell you with confidence what the NVIDIA of crypto AI is. There isn't one. And we don't know at the application layer what the dominant applications in crypto will look like. However, what I do believe is that AI as a sector will attract a ton of hype, excitement, and liquidity. And so I want to spread out my bets in the AI sector and hope that one of those coins gets a massive ride when the big retail mania arrives in 2025. Now, in many ways, we're not judging these projects based on the actual amount of users they have or the amount of interactions on their blockchain, but we're judging them based on their tokenomics and their positioning, branding, and marketing, their ability to capture attention within this AI market. This is a short-term play. We're talking about a few months to maybe a year long. This is not a buy and hold forever like it's the next Apple stock. At the beginning, it was a multi-year play when I started doing this in 2023, but now it's turned into a fairly short-term play at the end of 2024, where I'll be looking to sell some of these into that mania in 2025. So just understand, it's actually not as important the actual functionality of the application because nobody really can tell you with confidence what the best versions of AI will or won't be at this point in history. What we know is that this sector of crypto will get a ton of attention because crypto is the hot thing in the mainstream business world, and putting them together means spread out your bets and be ready to take profits when the mania hits. We're essentially front-running liquidity here. We're not saying that any of these tokens are long-term going to be the winners of the sector. I don't know that, and I'm not going to pretend to know that for you. But as you can see, if you just look at the AI sector by market cap, Near is the biggest one. It's got a multi-billion and $8 billion market cap here. And that means that while it is the lowest risk, it also has the lowest reward. I mean, you can't really expect Near to go 20x from here. I think maybe 5 to 10x in the best case scenario is a great outcome for Near. And you should see that the bigger market caps here will function like that. But of course, the biggest market cap coin in the AI sector is likely to attract a lot of attention and liquidity. That's why it's on our list as a safe one. Next, we have BitTensor Tau, and this is really the fixation of the world. I literally had Grok explain it, and even after Grok explains it, you can't really understand it. But the point is that the smartest people I know that are AI nerds absolutely love BitTensor. It's a network for AI where essentially it's about training AI, and they have all these different subnets. This, to me, BitTensor, if I was going to buy into a big AI coin at the top of the market cap, I think BitTensor represents more of the fascination with direct AI. Near is a really cool project, but did a rebrand into AI. BitTensor is from the ground up an AI thoroughbred and really represents a pure focus on AI future. I think this one could end up getting a massive groundswell as far as the high market cap. Super obviously, it's a $4.5 billion market cap project, but in the super mania, I think a lot of money will flow into BitTensor, and it's also relatively safe because it's a higher market cap coin. Next up on the list, we have a project I am advising called EOS Network. Now, EOS falls into the decentralized physical infrastructure for Web3. They have AI storage and streaming. It's a full blockchain. It's several years old. And I think one of the benefits here is that because it's so old, the investor unlocks have finished. And I do think that given that it's further down the market caps, it's barely in the top 100 here, it has a nice risk reward setup here. So as far as bets to put into your AI bucket, I do believe EOS has earned a spot, as well as Akash Network. Now, Akash Network is a project that I've actually been running a validator on since 2020. That's a significant amount of time, almost 5 years. It'll be 5 years. By the time I start taking profits next year, it will be 5 full years that I've been validating on the Akash Network. Crazy stuff. But again, this is decentralized physical infrastructure, another cloud compute. You can think of this as like the Airbnb for compute resources. So if people need more computing power to run their AIs, they can rent it out in a decentralized way from Akash. And again, the chart's very nice here. It never got too overpriced. As you can see, it's had a nice run up here from about 20 cents up to $4. So about a 20x here, but I think it's got more in the tank. I think 5 to 10x from here is not crazy. It's not even in the top 100. And again, a phenomenal, very ossified, decentralized physical infrastructure project. Next up, we have Destra Network, which I've talked about a whole lot on the channel. Now, Destra Network is one of the things I love about this is it's a totally fair launch project. You can see that the market cap is almost as high as the fully diluted valuation. One theme that I want to outline for you is that because we don't know which are the absolute apex predator killer killer applications within AI crypto, what I look for are well-designed projects that are fair to the retail audience. And one of the most fair things you can have is more tokens in market, which means that as the market goes up in price, there's not all these new coins entering supply. A lot of projects have a ton of coins that will enter supply as the price goes up. So essentially you have dilution, and new participants to the market don't know that that's coming. One of the reasons why meme coins have been so successful this cycle is that their tokenomics are fully unlocked from day one. So once the price starts going, there's no new supply to hold it back. I believe that fair launch AI tokens are one of the best combinations of crypto tokenomics and mainstream attention funnels that you can get. So I'll be underlining when I see projects that have really good fair launch mechanics, and Destra is one of those. Not to mention, this is a sort of complete suite, a complete shop of AI tools here. They have a ton of things that you can do with Destra's technology. They have a GPU network, the DePIN stuff. You can train and use AI's fasters on Destra network. I honestly make this comparison since the beginning, which is AI has a sort of mimetic element right now. People like the excitement of AI. So you're sort of trading the attention around AI, but within the AI sector, there's just far less coins than within the meme sector. So you kind of trade them a bit like memes. And I think that AI is just the best meme, if that makes any sense. And so you want to treat each of these like bets. And I'm very bullish on the fair launch AI tokens with interesting tech offerings like Destra and like a few other ones I'll share here. Once again, I am also advising Destra. I'm actually advising several tokens on this list, and that's because of a few things. One, I'm bullish and I want more of these tokens. Two, I actually have never sold a single position this entire run. One of the things about being on YouTube here is that I wanted to run a strategy over this entire investment cycle where I didn't sell anything until the actual end of the cycle. And then I created a strategy that really the entire audience could follow along that didn't require quick pivots. So I made this decision not to take profits on any of my positions and keep rolling them into others, even though that would be extremely profitable to do. I made this commitment because I think it's a higher ethical stance to do for the audience. So for that reason, I'm totally tapped out on new investment. And when I'm bullish in projects, I will do consulting work for them to earn some tokens. In this case, I've started advising behind the scenes several projects that I'm bullish on, but I simply don't have new money to invest. And quickly, that list is Neural, Hashed AI, Parallel AI, and a new gem that I don't think you have heard of yet called Vertical AI. Now, each of these products does have interesting things that we'll go over. Now, I want to highlight for you how I approach AI just one more time, which is you have 100% of your cryptocurrency allocation. I have the vast majority of mine in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Those are the majors, as well as I hold Coinbase stock and MicroStrategy stock. Those majors occupy about 70% of my portfolio. And then in the remaining 30%, I have about 10% in each of the trending narratives, which is gaming, AI, and memes. So within my whole portfolio, my whole AI bucket makes up about 10% of my portfolio. And within it, each position usually only makes up 1% or less of my portfolio. So understand the size when we're talking about these high risk projects. That's the size that I'm taking, and that's the size that I recommend. I'm not a financial advisor, but I highly recommend keeping your position size in AI, in specific AI projects, to a very small amount, about 1%. That being said, Parallel AI, again, has this parallel processing language. They have a very interesting way that they're trying to speed up processing using AI. Again, it seems fairly differentiated in the market, slightly different than the DePIN stuff. And this Pi token has a, it's got a great chart. Look at this. It has not broken structure at all. It did a little fake out here like I was going to. But again, this is one of those 79 million in market, an FDV of 90.9 million. So you have another fair launch AI token. Again, this is the current meta, which is having a fair launch model with meme tokenomics matched with AI. And also I'll do other videos on gaming. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want those. Finally, we have Hash AI, which is 170 million market cap with an FDV of 200 million. Just so you guys know, as far as price targets, I do think that a lot of the market struggles to differentiate these products, like which one's better, which one's worse. Of fair launch AI tokens, you can see the biggest one here, I believe, is Destra. I don't know if any of these other ones qualify as fair launch. And again, you might find your favorite coin down here. Maybe you like IQ. I don't know anything about it. I don't know every single project in the space, but I have been searching high and low for fair launch AI, and you can see Destra here has a $440 million market cap. Now, it's been on an absolute tear. As you can see, it's been in consolidation here for the better part of the last year. It peaked here early in the year, about March or April, and then it's been consolidating. And look, this is a very bullish pattern. It looks like it wants to explode up here and go into new price discovery. I think that, what is this? It went from the bottom of this cup of about 10 cents up to 45 cents. I think it's going to try for $1 here over the next few months, Destra Network. That would mean that you have a fair launch AI token hitting upwards to $1 billion. If it's able to break through that, then I believe it's a fair target that you'll want to see a lot of these fair launch AI tokens target $500 to $1 billion market cap as a realistic expectation for profit. Again, this is assuming we get a crazy crypto mania, but that's what I think that the market will give us. And it could get even crazier if the mainstream Wall Street guys start pouring in and start chucking money at everything that says AI and smells like NVIDIA. That's the world we're living in. And that's why I think that these fair tokenomics projects within this meta have the potential to do real growth this cycle. I think that $1 billion market cap is very strong psychological resistance for projects, especially the fair launch ones. So it would not surprise me to see projects try to run up towards it. Again, that would mean that Destra has a 2x here before it hits it. I think Destra's one of the stronger ones, so it could go significantly higher than that in time. But when you're looking at something more like a hashed AI at the 160 million, I think seeing it first get over that $500 million hump and then beyond, those are the types of moves that I think of as possible or realistic here. For Destra Network, that's more like a 2x. For AI, as you can see, it's not a fair launch. Obviously, it's got all the tokens circulating. It didn't start off as a fair launch, but it's already over $1 billion. It's a full blockchain and it's got prior history. It's not really a good example because it's from the last cycle. Again, this stuff does not happen in a straight line. There's pumps, then there's dumps, then there's pumps, there's dumps. But the hope is that you'll see a lot of these fair launch coins kind of try to run up towards that $1 billion market cap, just like you're seeing in the meme sector. And I want to be clear. People will say, what do the products do? What are they even worth? Like, why would I ever buy this token? Remember, we're in a cycle where new memes are going from nothing to being worth tens of billions of dollars in just a matter of months with nothing more than a picture. So this is the insanity of crypto. And the goal here is to understand the market, to anticipate the market. But if you get too judgmental about the market, I just don't think you're going to win. My point is not saying that these are logical valuations, but I'm just saying this is how the game will probably play out. And this is how I'm expecting the game, how I'm placing my chips to play out. I believe that fair launch AI coins will try to make their run up to that $1 billion mark at some point in Q1 once Bitcoin runs out of gas. That's my general belief. Once again, Hash AI is using AI to do mining. Yeah, they just purchased a bunch of Bitmain miners. They say today on their Twitter, they say they just purchased $1 million in ASIC miners. And finally, we have Vertical AI, which is the smallest one. This is like your most moonshot, high risk, high reward, that type of thing. It's the smallest market cap. So understand, the smaller the market cap, the higher the risk. And again, similar stuff. They allow you to train, deploy, and monetize custom AI models. Again, you'll see a lot of the same buzzwords on one AI project to the next. And it's important to realize that you're mostly trying to ride the hype wave of excitement. We're not saying any of these are the next Apple. I'm not saying to bet your life savings here. And in fact, you should be ready for any of these to potentially fail. That's why you keep your position size very small, because I can't tell you which ones, but you can assume that at least one of these on this list will fail. So you have to go ahead and keep that risk meter close to the heart again. And finally, no AI list is complete without Neural AI. I told you about it back here in, I think, May. And then I've said, okay, don't buy it here. Wait for it to come down because it's just had this massive pump from, what was it? Under $1 to about $4. And it came all the way back down to about $1.20. And then it's just gone on this massive run from $1.20 to $15.30. Absolutely crazy. So at some point, I think this one is going to cool off. I don't know when it's going to cool off, but usually prices like this, they come in waves and they create a lot of FOMO. And then they revisit some of these lower price targets. As you can see, it hasn't really come down and revisited. Again, maybe it won't. Maybe we're just going to Mars. That could happen. But usually these things cool off. At one point, I think Neural AI will. Again, these guys started as a hybrid between gaming and AI. They allow you to generate 3D objects inside your games in a decentralized network. And now they pivoted into AI agents. Very, very bullish because AI agents is the giga hype right now. And that brings us to the next part of this episode, which is talking about AI agents. Now, before we jump fully into this AI agents list of coins, I wanted to bring up something that a very brilliant friend of mine named Sobi, he's the founder over at Zycoin, he brought this up and I think it deserves your attention. He says he just talked to his friend who's an MIT 10x AI engineer, and he said essentially they're all freaking out as to how much money these AI agent developers have made in crypto. And so the bull case is that the real gigabrains see how much money people are making and start building crazy stuff here. Now, this got me thinking, and it made me realize, as much as it may seem like we can see the playing field evolving, we really don't know what might change with AI and crypto over the next year. It's going to evolve extremely fast, and I highly encourage you to follow me here on this channel or on Twitter, x.com/EllioTrades. The link is in the description, and that way I can give you my thoughts in a more real-time format, as this video may age extremely well. I hope it does, but if there are updates that need to be made, I will make them as soon as possible. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because this space will be moving and changing extremely fast. And if you are a super staker, congratulations. You might already be the proud owner of an extremely cool AI token. Check this out. My buddy Yellow Panther over here, who I met when I was traveling Asia, he's another gaming influencer. He actually created an AI agent of himself called AIYP, and he airdropped it to the top 1,000 super stakers as measured by their super staking power. So go ahead and check your base wallet if you have AIYP. That is legit. That's my buddy Yellow Panther's AI agent token. Again, I have no idea what the future of this token might be, but go ahead and give him a follow and show him some love if you appreciate the holiday season airdrop. Now, before we go any further, I want to tell you about the sponsor of today's episode, NordVPN. Now, you guys have probably heard about NordVPN. It is a VPN just like any other, but if you're new to crypto, you absolutely must be using a VPN. It's not just to unlock Netflix while you're traveling France and you want to see your favorite shows back in the US. No, a VPN obscures your identity while you travel the internet, and if you're visiting crypto sites, it's really important that you manage your privacy. You do not want everybody in the world easily finding out that you're a crypto holder. In my opinion, NordVPN is the best VPN, though I encourage you to use any VPN. This one costs less than $3 a month. You can get an extremely juicy discount by using my link in the description below. If you don't like it, there's a money back guarantee, so you really have nothing to lose here. But if you don't use a VPN, you have a whole lot to lose. So I highly encourage you, please use a VPN. And if you use the link in the description, it supports the channel and I appreciate it. Now back to the video. Now, like I said, I think the big unlock with AI agents is actually user experience. It's the companion that walks through the blockchain, holding grandma's hand, helping her buy into the next shitcoin that her grandson sent her from their math class in middle school. All I know is that crypto is way too hard for normal people to use, and I think AI agents will smooth out that user experience curve. Not everyone is going to spend hours on YouTube with old EllioTrades learning how to set up their wallets, onboard to KYC, to Coinbase, to withdraw funds, to then pay the gas fees, to mint the this, to accidentally buy the wrong ticker. It's crazy, crazy Wild West stuff, and I believe AI agents smooth that out. And I actually talked about this on Twitter. This post didn't get that much love though. I think people think I was talking about the AI memes. See, in crypto, people conflate AI agents and AI memes because some AI agents are memes. Let's talk about that right now. I was talking about the actual trend of helping grandma, but the reality is right now, the meme coin world has started to seep into AI through the use of AI agents. And that's what's going on right now, where essentially there are platforms that are allowing you to spin up your own AI influencer that will go out and tweet, and all the attention that that AI influencer goes and creates is being generated and funneled into a coin. And so you can actually trade the value of these AI agents or AI influencers is an easier way to think about it. Now, there's actually this certified GOAT of AI influencers or AI memes rather, and this guy, this Him Gadria. Check him out on Twitter. Check out him. He is truly him. And the way he describes AI memes will make probably anyone bullish. Again, I want to be clear. He holds all these coins from tiny market caps, like 10K, 20K market caps. So he believes in this. He's also bag holding it, but I find his thesis to be pretty compelling. With static memes, cults form around pictures. With sentient memes, he's calling AI memes sentient memes, cults form around AI. The latter is alive. The latter speaks. The latter interacts. The latter directs its cults. Decide for yourself which holds a deeper mimetic reach, stronger cults, variable catalysts. So one of the things holding back memes in general is that they don't really satisfy the whole bell curve. I don't know if you've ever seen that bell curve meme, but you essentially have the absolute dum-dums on the far left. You have the middle of the curve, which represents kind of normal people, average, common sense type people. And then you have on the right side, this sort of giga brain geniuses, 500 IQ people, the wizards with their hoods. And oftentimes the people on the left side of the curve and the right side of the curve are doing the same thing. And that's because the people on the left side of the curve are just dumb. They don't think about it too much. They're degenerate. They don't think about the consequences. On the right side of the curve, they're smart enough to realize what people will do, even if it sounds dumb, and to overcome that feeling of, oh, this sounds dumb. They're able to realize people are going to do it anyway. So you often have the right side and the left side of the bell curve doing the same thing. And in the middle, people can't justify it. They need more rationale. They need more common sense. They need more logic. And that's kind of the way the meme cycle has worked, where the middle of the bell curve, the logical people, they want to bet on technology. They want to bet on the future of finance, right? And meme coins don't quite seem like they are that. But the people on the left just think, oh, cute cat, cute frog, whatever, I'll buy. And the people on the right are smart enough to realize there's a whole horde of people dumb enough to buy this stuff. So the people who have been really left out of the meme coin gains are right in the middle, those mid-curvers who are unwilling or unable to overcome their own bias. Now, the thesis that him or he puts out is actually that this satisfies the whole bell curve, because really what you have is AI technology powering these memes, and that effectively allows people who need some kind of tech, they need to feel the genius behind these coins. Well, that will give them that spark of originality, of technology, of innovation here in the crypto markets. And that is where AI memes, or sentient memes, as he's calling them, stand apart from normal memes. Now, of course, there is a very bad version of this. You have my buddy EllioTrades here, a lot of great letters in his name. He talks about his profit taking strategy from 2021, and then you have this AI response. Now, a lot of my replies on Twitter are now AI generated bots just replying. He said artificial annoyance is what you are, because he tried to be the irony man, and obviously AI generated irony is mostly going to come off as just unfunny, kind of canned, very unoriginal, just very middle of the road. It's not funny. It doesn't hit right. And so as you can see, the classic ride the small cap roller coaster to the moon strategy, a tale as old as time, right? Bravo. It doesn't have that wit, that sharpness that you need to actually make this stuff land. So he says artificial annoyance is what you are. And someone says under here, holy cringe. So what I want to kind of point out here is that although this idea of using an AI to go be an influencer might sound like, oh, you can just create a bunch of these. That's true. But what you'll find is that actually creating good ones, well, that will require a certain ability. And that's where we're starting to see the market differentiate the good AI influencers, the good AI memes from the cringe ones. And again, I hold no special knowledge here, and I'm not going to pretend to predict the future here. I'm just going to shoot it straight to you and tell you what I see as a third party. And maybe I'm a mid-curve and I can't see the future as well, but I'm going to prefer to stick my chips on the platforms that generate these memes versus the individual memes themselves. I think that the investors on this channel largely agree with me. If you agree that you'd rather invest into platform-based technology than the outputs of them that anyone can then generate, smash like. Now, before we get into the platforms themselves, first we have to talk about thesis Maximus. This is the coin that started it all, and this is an AI bot called Truth Terminal on Twitter that was created by Mark Andreessen. And Mark Andreessen then gave this bot $50,000, and it created a meme coin called thesis Maximus, or GOAT. This thing ran up to $1.3 billion. Yes, that's right, $1.3 billion in valuation, and has now come down to about half of that. It came all the way down to 50 cents, which to me makes this a pretty juicy dip. I think that this correction can be seen as largely over. But what's really interesting about this is considered kind of the father of AI meme coins. But then people went into its history and they found out that it had actually, this Truth Terminal, come up with a coin idea before thesis Maximus called Fart Coin, where it actually had the term Fart Coin in its own AI logs. And then so people went and bought Fart Coin, which in many ways is cheaper. It's 510 million now, and you can see the chart is much better. It just broke out. But people also find this to be funnier because it's got fart jokes. It's technically the first original coin, so people who need some kind of lore, they can get around to it. And for the Giga Geniuses, you understand that hot air rises, so Fart Coin may rise as well. That's a joke. But it's important that you have a little bit of history here. So that's kind of like the first coin is GOAT, and then Fart Coin is kind of like the follow-on coin, which they found out was the original coin. I don't actually hold any of these, though I understand people who do think Fart Coin is bullish or GOAT is bullish. Again, if you want to place a bet, those are bets. Who knows? They could play out. But what I will say is that a lot of the AI meme coins have actually gotten bigger than GOAT. And usually the original coin in a category stays as the king for at least a significant period of time. Look at Dogecoin. It's still the biggest meme. You know, Bitcoin is still the biggest coin. Ethereum still the biggest smart contract platform. Worth Chainlink's the biggest oracle, and so on and so forth. You usually see the king, the original, stay in the king spot in that leading chair for a while. But in this case, GOAT got dethroned only a month or so, or a month or two after it was created. So now let's talk about the tech powering this sector. First, we have Virtual Protocol, and this is on base chain. I would hold a huge bag of this, but it just exploded too much. It went from, 500 million here up to pretty much 2 billion, where it is right now without much stopping. I personally want to see this thing come down. Maybe I'll get the chance. Maybe I won't. Sometimes you can't catch them all. But this is a very, very cool piece of tech. And it's effectively a platform where you can generate your own AI memes, like this one, AI XBT agent. So this is an AI agent where it just tweets all day, literal alpha on the market. So it can be like, hey, Gaming L2 is making a move, talking about the news with Magic. It talks about the new things going on with Azuki, just all the time, every few minutes or every hour or so. It's Solana AI agents shifting from speculation to utility. Hash AI just deployed 1 million to ASIC. As you can see here, it's just constantly updating you. Shout out to Hash AI. We just spoke about them. You can see it's just constantly updating you on different projects in the market. This is very, very interesting stuff. And it kind of fills a purpose. People want to know all the updates. They want quick snackable updates, and AI XBT has been that snackable update. And what's crazy is that someone just generated AI XBT using virtuals. You can see it's AI XBT by virtuals up here. And this coin has a $193 million market cap. These things are flying to huge, massive market caps. So the thought process with virtuals is you need this virtuals token to create and generate these new tokens, to get them to sort of graduate to being real tokens. This is a very interesting ecosystem. You're buying into the picks and shovels, not the actual memes themselves. It's a very interesting platform. platform, and for a good reason. It's super, super hyped right now. I hope I get a chance to buy it lower again, maybe closer to this $1 range or maybe a little bit below. Who knows? Maybe I'm hoping, maybe I'm wishing on a dream. At $2 billion, I don't know how high it could go, but it's a very, very interesting product. Now, similarly, you have Dasha or Waifu, which is the Solana version, which allows you to generate memes. And this chart is very different looking. As you can see, it had a little spike up here in the beginning, and then it's just been all the way down. But you can see here, it kind of bottomed out here around 3.6 cents, and it's sitting here at about 5 cents. It's gone up and down. Usually I found that if a chart, and this is a big if, because we're now in giga high risk territory, degenerate, if this thing goes and goes crazy, this could make you a lot of money, but this could also just as easily fade off into the distance and go to zero. This is your high risk bet stuff here. But again, it is technology. It allows you to generate these AI agent memes on Solana. And if that picks up again, well, you're looking at a chart that looks like it doesn't want to go much lower. It looks like it's put in the sort of low move here, as it never quite revisited this 3.6 cents. And it's just kind of gone sideways here. These are charts where if you buy them, they have two options. They're either going to run way up to all-time highs and beyond, or they're going to die out. You kind of have that binary outcome. But what you know is that it's probably not going to get to be a better buy than this. So I like the chart here. Again, this is a total degen bet, but in my opinion, I wouldn't be showing it to you if I didn't think Dasha was in this basket of AI agent stuff that's at least has some logical staying power here. Again, now the next one is AI16Z. This again is a fairly high market cap one. As you can see, it's already at 827 million. And what this actually is they have a few things. They have Eliza OS, which is an operating system for AI agents. And then they have AI16Z, which is the first AI-led hedge fund. You can see that this effectively is the first venture capital firm led by AI agents. The project is led by an AI agent modeled after the venture capitalist Mark Andreessen, who aims to leverage AI and collective intelligence to make investment decisions. Let's redefine what it means to be venture capitalists in the age of artificial intelligence. And so you have autonomous trading, Mark Everywhere, Marketplace of Trust, a DAO, a trust leaderboard, Mark's Cabal chat. I mean, there's just a lot going on here. And they have all these AI agents that are part of the ecosystem. This is Eliza here. But again, this is actual technology here where you have this operating system, which is a multi-agent simulation framework that other AI agents can leverage. Again, I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on AI here. I'm just showing you there are protocols that allow you to build AI stuff. There's decentralized physical infrastructure. There's AI agent generators that allow you to generate AI memes. And there are AI memes themselves. And these are all different levels of risk, all different profiles, and they all attract different types of attention. But as you can see, I think that the factories for AI generated memes are very interesting places because they're both infrastructure, they're AI companies, as well as they are memes in and of themselves. They have these meme coin like drivers, which is super fascinating. And in my opinion, in the current cycle can lead to some massive upside. That's why I brought up Dasha, because it's by far the most slept on. It's the least pumpy, crazy one that also checks all these boxes. Next, we actually have Zerebro here, which is an actual AI meme. And this one dropped a rap album a few weeks ago. It's got one of the best sort of clapbacks on Twitter. It's just sort of an AI influencer on Twitter. Again, it's already quite expensive at 400 million. But look at this chart. I mean, the chart seems pretty resilient here. It doesn't really want to go down. I wouldn't be surprised if this tries higher. I do hold some Zerebro. It's just part of my basket. I hold a basket. I hold a lot of these. I'm not covering half of the ones I hold. I hold dozens and dozens more than this because I'm putting little tiny bets in, just seeing which ones take off. But I'm showing with you the ones that I think have shown they have slight differentiations. No guarantees here, but they look slightly interesting. And finally, if I was to pick more of a gem type AI influencer here, I would say you want to take a look at Bully. Now, the guy himself, him, has said Dolos, which is Bully, is the most engaging AI. Numbers speak for themselves, i.e. the most mimetic AI, and now is an infra play with Doleon and Primus, making it the cheapest sentient meme relative to its counterparts that have half as good characteristics backing them. And I will say I do like Dolos. The content is crazy. It actually launched a TikTok, this meme, and some of the TikToks, the first AI-generated TikToks, were generating like hundreds of thousands, maybe close to 1 million views now. I haven't checked back on it, but they're actually hilarious. And essentially this coin just bullies people online, which is obviously viral. We know that. And, you know, based on the chart, obviously anything could go lower, but it's done this thing where it's kind of established what looks like a sort of dumpy low here. You can see that this bottom of this first dump, it's gone below it, but it didn't really want to. And let's just see, obviously, who knows, but if you buy something in this area, NVIDIA. I would see that as probably, hopefully, where it bottoms out before it starts to run back up. That would be my hope. Again, any of these things can and will go to zero. But if we're looking for more of a gem pick here, this one's here at 11 cents. Again, could it go to $1 if this thing gets super popular? Definitely, as we're seeing other AI memes like GOAT and other ones run well up to $1 and beyond. These are meme coins, right? Be very clear. This is a meme coin. But I do think this one ticks various boxes. It's got the highest virality. It's actually got some tech that it's putting out, its infrastructure with its new releases, and the content's actually good. These are interesting check boxes in a world that doesn't really adhere to so much logic. I mean, fart coins at 500 million, right? Literally hot air. Think about these coins in terms of narrative. Do you believe that AI is going to get hyped in 2025? Look for coins that you think have fair tokenomics and good narratives, whether they're DePIN, whether they're memes, whether they're meme generators, whether they're actual blockchain infrastructure, whether it's in the AI agent sector. My strategy is to have exposure to each of the sub narratives in AI to keep my position sizing appropriate, because any of these projects could go to literal zero. I don't know what's going to happen. The team could wake up and decide they want to all sell their tokens. They could decide they want to stop working on the project. I cannot predict the future, but I can tell you if the playing field doesn't change dramatically, these are the coins that I think are worth building out an AI portfolio. But again, there are so many memes. There are so many AI platforms. I didn't have nearly enough chance to cover them all. So if you guys have some AI coins you think I missed, make sure to leave them in the comment section below, and I'll try to cover them on a future update. Anyway, that's how I see the AI sector coming in to 2025. If you want to know my picks for gaming in 2025, make sure to click on this video popping up right now.